Hi friends, today I was thinking about an idea about making shadow boxes out of these little frames that you get in the dollar bin, or three for $1 or $3 or whatever bin it was. You know, they have a bin at Michael's, and I got this one a long time ago, and I made a mold out of it, and I just keep buying them, thinking about I'm gonna make different molds for different projects out of them and stuff like that, and they're really cheap. So I think I'm going to start making little shadow boxes with them. So I'm going to take it apart, make a box behind it, and then we can have a shadow box to put little trinkets, birds, little things in there, and have a little piece for our art to display in, you know, a little miniature type of thing. So I'm going to take it apart, and we're going to use this cereal box here to make the box backing. So I got this whole piece off right here, and here is the plastic piece. I don't want to tear it. It is glued on there very well. I actually don't need to take, well, I do need to take this off, so I'm just gonna, it's just like cellophane, so it's not really, I just don't want to tear it. I don't know if I'm going to need it again, if I want to put it in front again, or if I want to just have the box open. So that's kind of an option I have with that piece. I'm going to put that to the side and clean it off on the edges here, and then cut out my box and start. So to make it easier for me for the size I have, I'm just going to use the width of my ruler as measurement. It's going to make it nice and easy as well for the edges as well. It's like 1 inch. My ruler is perfect. I don't think I need too much more than that. And then I'm just going to measure up the bottom, and it's going to be about 2.5 inches. And so what I'm going to have in there as a box, so it's going to be roughly about that. So I'm going to measure that, and then I'm going to cut my strips. I'm going to need 4 of them because I believe it's all equal. Yep. And then have a square back. It's not an automatic one here, but anyways, I'm going to cut my strip just so it's even or equal, like flush against it. I'm going to cut it, draw it out really straight and cut it out. So I'm going to have 4 pieces here. That'll be my sides, and then I'll have my square for my back, and I'll just go basically probably just about the same amount size, and just so they fit flush for my square. So what I'll do is I'll go 2.5. Then I'll probably use some masking tape to just put it together, and then paper over it to make it just really nice and perfect. So I'm going to cut these out. I have all my pieces cut out, and then I'm just going to masking tape them together to form a box. And I have all this stuff to cover up after too, but for now I'm just worried about making my box. And then I'll be covering it up, either painting or adding paper to the cereal box outside. But I want to make sure I make this nice little box, and then I can get it on the back of my frame and plug in my hot glue gun, all that kind of stuff, get it all ready. And I think that you can do this in any size that you're willing to, you know, work with. So if you get dollar store frames that are larger, it would be really easy to do with any frame and make yourself a little shadow box. Just going to line it up here like this, and then it's just going to make it a little bit tight if I bend it over like this. So take your time with it. I don't want too tight. See how it's a little tight? There. And I'm going to do one more. And I got this one. Looks like I could cut it down just a bit. So then it's flush with the backing. And there we go. Just like that. Last piece, and then they're back. So it's pretty easy to make a little shadow box. I think the hard part will be, well, the fun part, but also the more intense part will be decorating it afterwards, filling it up with something really cool to show off. And then there is our back, and that's how it's going to be like. So what we're going to do is we'll probably actually not even need the back and to glue if you want to use this, but I don't know. It all depends on you, because once you have this up, you may not need the stand anymore. So just to show you, I think I'm going to do the backing all black, so then it looks very professional, but I don't think you'll need the stand anymore. So you can save this for another project. I am now heating up my glue, and as I'm waiting for that, I'm just going to go over it with some paint, I think. And then decide if I want to cover it up with paper. I may do that, but still have some paint, so then I don't have any bright, if I don't match up or anything, pieces, then I don't have any whites or colors showing, but I'll have the black in the background. And it's just something I'm doing. It's not like a step you don't have to paint behind everything you do. It's just if I decide that I want to add paper then or something, then I'll have a dark background. You could even just glue beads, like seed beads or something like that, like just to have a little bit of a something on there. I know it sounds like a little weird of a thing, but you could just to have decorate the back a little bit, or something on here. So just until I figure out what I'm going to do, I'm just going to paint it. And then that'll be a white, or the brightness coming out of it that I don't want in there anyway. So, and it'll help me decide if I want what I want on there. The darkness, I think, will help me decide if I want to add anything else on there. I could add stenciling or anything just to even decorate the back, but it's not necessary. Now I'm still undecisive of using the back. I also traced out the back door part of it in case I want to decide to add it and just have the back part opening right here, because I'm thinking I might want to keep this part, but I don't want to use, I want to put the back onto here to make it just sturdier, and I could put the paper, or easier I think if I put paper on the inside or paint on a nice smooth board. So, and I may just paint on the inside as well. I probably will paint, depending on what color I want the background. If I want it to be white paper or whatever, I might paint the inside white of the cardboard. And now that I have it on there, I believe I'm going to need it. So I'm just going to put glue on the cardboard instead of on the frame. I think it'll be easier for me to make sure I get it all in there instead of trying to get the glue in the right spot. And then I can kind of shape it. So I have it right over, but kind of shape it so it's more square. Now it'll give me more of an indication, do I want the back on there? And cut it open, and then have the paper go in there nice. This is actually the side where the door jamb is, on that side. Oh no, I'm wrong, on the opposite side. So I would put this back here like this, but like I said, I do want to put the paper or something on the back of it. So I'm going to tack it on in 2 corners just to see how I like it. Because I kind of get an indication how it would be as just a box without the back on it right now. So I'm just tacking 2 corners. It's going to be easy. So this is kind of something you're going to play with. So do you want it like that? See, it does hold it up a little bit more if I give you a flat edge to look at. So it'll make still, you know, so it's kind of up to you what you want. And then I think your item that you're showing in there for your box is going to be, and that's quite the deep box for such a little one. But you could put your little scene in there, little tree, little snowman, you know, you make a little winter scene or whatever you want in there. And any time of year you can put a little Halloween scene in there, you could put a little Easter bunny scene in there or whatever. So I like it, and I think I'm just gonna put the back onto this piece here. I'll cut it out. So I'm just gonna use my X-Acto knife. I'm gonna take my tacking off. I'm very, see, that's why I did it very carefully on the corner. Nice thing is that hot glue is kind of not the greatest glue, so it kind of does that. X-Acto knife. Grab my pad of paper just because that's what I'm going to grab, because I don't know where my self-healing pad is at the moment, and I'm not going to look for it. Dollar store pad of paper. You can just do anything with it, so it's so nice and handy to have. Should be done. It's right through almost, just a few places, like probably more of the corners. And that is pretty close to done. This is the part that's taking long. I should be doing this off video, but and you don't need to have this piece. I just want it to, because I know this cardboard here is just very thin, really. To me, this will be just a little bit more sturdy to have back there, and then gluing my stuff on there that I need or whatever. I'll just feel a little bit better to have something a little more sturdy back here. And then I'll glue the edges again. Be easier to go just a little bit on this angle here. And if you have lots of string or lots of glue hanging over the edges that you don't want, you can always heat it with the heat tool and kind of grab a toothpick and pick away at it or whatever. So that works. And if you grab it before it dries, just not with your fingers. And there you go. So that's the backing. And that'll make me feel better about attaching this to here and having that all ready for the scenery. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go in there with some gesso. So what I decided to do, which was really nice, oh, I got some black on here, that's not great. With the hot glue, it's easy enough to take apart. I decided on grabbing, I'm going to grab some gesso here that I just kind of tainted, taking it back off and opening it up so I could see a little bit more in there and add whatever I want in there. So I don't know what I was thinking, but doing it all. I was kind of like trying to show you guys, let's just attach it, but I wasn't really thinking about decorating it. But anyway, so that is how we make a box. So now I'm just going to gesso the inside, you know, decorate it up and go from there. So you guys can do whatever you want for the fill. But now we have a box, a shadow box from the cheap but lovely Michaels frames. And I think I'm going to gesso my Michael frame as well because I have no idea what I want to do with these ones. I was just thought the idea was great, and you can have like little butterflies, miniatures, little scenery of anything in their bird's nest. One of my favorites to do. And you notice how I just kind of, I have that back still on there, and I really like how I'm really secure. I feel secure having that extra little cardboard in the back to support it. So that is good. And I think I'm just going to gesso this all up. And then for the backing, the rest of it, we'll see. I'll probably put, I don't know, either leave it or add something else to it. So this is basically a quick way to make a shadow box out of a frame, and you can do the same thing with the round frames. And there it looks, just plain, and now it's something that you can kind of start off with. I just tacked the corners again just to show you, and then I left it so that I could kind of work on it. I could just stick things in there. I could choose to have the backing back on there, like the plastic on the inside, depending on what kind of project I want. But now it's all kind of ready for you to be inspired for your next project. So I hope you guys like this. And yeah, don't forget to craft like a duck. And I think the next part of this video will be decorating this. I just wanted to do a quick how to put it together. It's very rough looking right now, but for the next part, I think I can doll it up a bit for you guys. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.